Good day guys, welcome back. In today's very video edition with your DIY assistant, I'm gonna be teach you guys top 8 causes why your car AC compressor fails. So if you're coming to my channel for the first time, kindly subscribe and turn on your notification, because in this very episode here there's gonna be other episodes that's gonna be rolling out. But for this very moment here, based on my past experience working fixing different car making model for more than 7 years right now, that is what I'm about to give you guys right now. So it's gonna be like a big bombshell. So I advise you get a pen and jot down things, because there's gonna be a lot of things which I'm gonna be teaching you in this very video here. So without wasting your time, let's get to it. So we have a lot of different cars in our garage today. We have a Honda, we have a Toyota, we got a Ford, and we got a Lexus right there. So there's a whole lot of different cars. So these are all what gives me different experiences, which I'm going to be sharing with you guys today. So be sure to subscribe and don't forget to turn on your notification bell icon, so I'll keep you alerted, keep you posted each time we upload a new video. So let's get now. This is the AC compressor for this very car here, which you're often told, not this one here, but this one, where you're seeing a lot of the suction pipe and the discharge pipe. So that is the compressor for this very Honda Accord 2004 2005 model. Now we're also gonna go into different car again. Let's still take a look at it. Now you can see this very compressor here. On this very one here, you have the clutch, you have the pulley, and different components that make up the system. This is the suction line and this is the liquid line, which is something I'm going to cover in another episode right here. Now let's get to a compressor that has failed. Okay, and for this compressor here, you can see now this is a very good specimen for our lesson today. So I'm going to be using this to teach you guys a lot about why car AC compressor fails. So let me go grab some material which I'm going to be using to demonstrate and illustrate this with you guys the way no one has ever done on YouTube before. So let me go and I'll be back with you guys shortly. So this is going to give us an idealistic introspection of what goes on inside a failed AC compressor. Then we can use that for our own advantage to determine why most car AC compressor. Now I'm not going to give you this detail, I'm going to keep this detail at the end of the video, but I want to teach you first, then I'll show you the proof of what I've just taught you. That to me is intuitive teaching and much more comprehensible. Now the first reason why your car AC compressor fail is due to poor lubrication. Now we got a two compressor here. This one is for Honda Accord, the car I showed you previously, and this is Ford Edge. Now these very two compressors have two different issues that they actually passed before they fail. But the first reason why most compressors fail, like I told you guys, is a poor lubrication. So when they have a poor lubrication, this very compressor here, they have a piston inside and have the crankshaft inside. The crankshaft often fail. It grind and it shave, and that will be the end. So when you're dealing with a car AC compressor, be very sensitive with lubrication. Do not under add the lubrication, else it's going to result into a catastrophic failure. That is number one reason why your car AC compressor fails. Now the second reason why your car AC compressor fails is a too much refrigerant inside the system. Car AC system previous times uses R134A, but the present day car AC system, though it depends on the car makes and model, use R1234YF. Practically these are all refrigerant, right? However, there are premium range or specified quantity of refrigerant which the manufacturer specify for different car make and model. So if you add too much, it's going to result into damaging the pistons and internal component of these very compressors, which are inside here. So adding exactly the right quantity is the ideal game changer. Number 3 reason or factor that kills your car AC compressor is a bad refrigerant, a poor quality refrigerant. When you are fixing up your car AC system, one of the main major components that takes the blow when things get wrong is the heart of the AC system, which is one of the moving part of the component inside your car AC system, which is the compressor. You have a poor refrigerant inside the system, is going to create it's going to break down, and when it breaks down, it causes what we call black death. I know a lot of you guys have been reading about black death or whatsoever. The fourth reason why car AC compressor fail is a typical situation of this very compressor here. Look at how dirty that is. Just a pinch of dirt, which I'm gonna get from here, if it cross over into any section of this very compressor here into the suction or discharge, that's gonna be a dead end for this very compressor. Why is that? Because most compressor internal components are made up of aluminum. They are not really rigid, so they are very sensitive to dirt. So anytime you are unhygienic about dealing with the compressor when you are servicing, rebuilding or whatsoever, then I want you to understand that you're actually shortening the lifespan of that AC compressor. Now, the next reason why your car AC compressor failed prematurely is a leakage inside the system. Times when you have a leakage inside your car AC system, most people will tell you, well, just add up the refrigerant. I just don't have time. Some of them are running away from the cars. Some others do not want to spend money to maintain their car. So a lot of those people who have a poor maintenance culture, they say just add a refrigerant and let's go. As soon as you add refrigerant, well, each time the refrigerant is leaking, it's not only the refrigerant that is leaking, the oil is also leaking. And when the oil leaks out, take for instance what happened when you decide to run your engine without engine oil. It's going to be a resulting to catastrophic failure. So that's exactly the same thing that your car AC compressor undergoes, because your car AC compressor is typically an engine, right? It has intake and exhaust. The same here is the discharge, which is supposed to be going to the exhaust, and this is the intake, which is supposed to be taken in air and combines with fuel. But this one, there is no combustion because there is no ignition coil and a spark plug attached to it. But this is a typical engine in that manner. The next cause of your car AC compressor failure is a bad expansion valve, or TXV. The TXV acts as a regulator that regulates the amount of refrigerant that flows into the evaporator core and also flows back to the compressor. Now, when this expansion valve fails, it creates a whole lot of problem, which result into overheating of the compressor, starving the compressor of the cold refrigerant that's supposed to be coming back to cool the compressor. And in that situation, the compressor is going to fail. And when the compressor fails, well, it's going to be taking a lot of money for you to get that AC system back, because most of the times when a compressor fails, it left a lot of debris inside the system. And when it left a lot of debris inside the system, if you didn't take care of that debris carefully, then into another death of another compressor, the more you replace, the more it kills it until you solve that very puzzle. Last cause of AC compressor failure in your car is what we call moisture. How do moisture actually get inside the AC system? Every refrigerant can which you have, every refrigerant which you get inside your AC system has a certain percentage of moisture inside its system, and that is why the desiccant dryer, desiccant or accumulator is there to actually reduce the amount of, or reduce or eliminate the moisture within inside the system. Now, when the moisture gets in and accumulate in very much, it's gonna mix with the refrigerant and the oil, and that's gonna cause the refrigerant to break, which causes black death and lead to a catastrophic compressor failure and system contamination. So you wanna, most manufacturers actually require that every 3 years that you should evacuate your refrigerant inside your car and get out the material out and add a fresh one just to avoid black death avoid too much moisture inside the system, and that's also why it's recommended that you should pull vacuum out of the system before recharging the refrigerant, so it will save your compressor from failing on system underperformance. So now I promised you guys something at the context of this very video here. I said I'm gonna teach you guys, I'm gonna show you guys a typical example of what I'm gonna teach you guys, so you know I am not teaching you garbage. When I say the first one, I did mention that the first reason and the first reason why your compressor failed, I said is what? Poor lubrication. Now when that poor lubrication, what happens? What happens to the left over lubrication that is insufficient to keep the moving part, the shaft and the piston, the bearings, to keep moving fast? So it will automatically change the oil color. How does it change the oil color? The pistons and the cylinder wall will grind, and when they grind, it creates some lapses, and when it creates that lapses, the metal filings will mix with the oil, and the result will be a dirty oil. So when you recover a dirty oil inside the compressor, that means there is insufficient poor lubrication of the compressor, which led to that catastrophic compressor failure. So let me go ahead and show you what I'm going to use this to do right now. So I'm going to flip, and for the sake of practical purpose, I'm going to dip it inside here and look at it. That's dirty. I'm going to dip that again. I'm going to compare the dirt that I'm getting out of this very compressor here, right? Not much dirt though, not much dirt. Now let me flip the head. I'm gonna use this other side that is clean and test it on this side here. First thing first, there are oil sample here. Now look at that, guys. The oil is really terrible. Now I want us to dip it here on the discharge side. Oh my gosh, you can see that right there. So, and guess what? This compressor is dead, and also this one is dead. So guys, now that you've known the top 8 reasons why your car AC compressor failed much prematurely, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and if you have any further question, drop it in the comment section below, but make sure you are my subscriber. Welcome to DIY Assistance. I'm gonna catch you guys on the next episode. Bye for now.